Hey everyone, this is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row. Thanks so much for listening to the following broadcast, courtesy of Public House Media.
This is Kim Meyer, the host of Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where we talk about living with positive mindsets, how to increase our confidence, building our faith, and living out our life on purpose. A new show comes out via podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you want to catch the episode live instead, stop by Public House Media around 6:45 Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Choose to Rise. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What is up? It is Julianne Condia, the host of Rewritten. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Right now, if you could go to Facebook and go in the search bar, like you were looking up someone to go to their profile. If you type in the Rewritten Society, you will find our group. We are starting a group. It's slowly growing, and I have vision for it. So go ahead and request to join, and I'll meet you in there. Thanks for screenshotting the episodes you listen to and tagging me and tagging the Rewritten Society on Instagram. I really love hearing how this is speaking to you, and I have vision for where Rewritten will go, and I want it to grow organically. And what I mean by that is you are the way it grows organically. You sharing it with a friend, being intentional with that, sharing it on your social media, sharing it with a coworker. And I want a specific listener, you, to be listening to this. You're the type of person that when you see an obstacle, you are wanting to work through it. The listener of Rewritten is someone who sees potential or needs to be reminded of their potential. The listener of Rewritten has dreams and they don't quite know where to go yet, or they're on their way. And you tune in because you want growth. You tune in because you see that you're made for more. And that's who I want to surround myself with. And that's exactly who I want listening to Rewritten. So thank you. Thank you for believing in this podcast. Thank you for helping it have exposure to the right people. So I'm excited for the vision of that. Today I want to talk to you about boundaries and learning how to not be apologetic for self-care and learning how to work through tough conversations. So for something that, I've learned through, I do feel like I'm able to set boundaries with people. I'm able to not apologize for when I'm not sorry. And I think that we tend to do that in uncomfortable situations, especially when someone is letting us know that they're disappointed by us or they're blaming us for something. You're 30 minutes late. You said you would be here on this time, or, they're pointing fingers. And a lot of times we want to be sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But life happens. Or say you were going to meet up with some friends and you realize that you're just exhausted and you're tired and you just need a night to yourself. So you tell your friends and this happened to us actually once, there are just certain people who, and I'm not trying to come from a judgmental place, but more of a logical place, that don't realize that they're making you feel bad because they're so used to saying and talking in the way that they do, but it comes across as rude. So one time, Eric and these people, I feel like if there's anything I'm good at, it's being able to see if someone's being genuine or not. A characteristic that I value greatly is being authentic and transparent. And these people, I think, were only business driven and money driven, meaning when we would hang out with them, there was an agenda. They wanted to talk business. at the end of the day, they wanted us to do what they were doing. And I felt that. And I work with a business and I never want to make people feel this way ever. And so it's just a good reminder of just keep doing it the way that you're doing it, right? Anyway, they wanted to hang out with us. And, when we first met them, we were like, oh, this will be great to have a couple of friends here. And, we can have dinner and play games and things like that. And we had hung out with them before. And again, it was all business driven. It was all, I don't know, it just wasn't genuine. Okay. And so we had these plans with them that night. And I remember in the morning, I just looked at Eric and I said, I just need to be honest with you. I just don't want to spend my time and energy with this couple tonight, that I can't do it. I don't feel like they want to be friends. I feel like they have an agenda and I don't like feeling used. I just don't like it. And Eric said, I've been feeling the exact same way. And so we texted them and said, hey, we're not meeting tonight. And I remember the text back was like, you need to let me know earlier next time, or, whatever. And it was just kind of confirmation of, close friends that I have in my life never make me feel bad for making a decision for myself. And that is something of value. If someone is secure in their life, they're not going to make you feel bad for saying yes to yourself. And I think that this is important, and maybe you do this to other people. And I want you to be aware of this, is being respectful when people make decisions for themselves. Because you might have looked forward to that time, or, you're disappointed for sure, but we have to take our feelings out of that and understand that people are just trying to make the best decisions for themselves. And so when that person had texted that back to us, for me, it was confirmation that they were only looking out for themselves and they were trying to make us feel bad. And I didn't like feeling bad for a decision that I made. So we haven't hung out with them again. So something that I try to do, I'm not perfect at it, is not apologize for making that decision for myself. So say, your friends, you want to have that night to yourself. You had these plans with friends, like I was saying, and you send them a message. If I'm not actually sorry because I just want that time to myself, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say something along the lines of, hey, I am needing time for myself tonight. I was looking forward to spending time with you. This week has been a lot, and I'm just needing time to myself. I'm not going to apologize for that. And sometimes I don't even give an explanation. I'll just say, hey, can't make it tonight. I hope you have fun. I might even do that without explaining myself and justifying myself. Actually, that's something I'm more likely to do. And if that person doesn't take it well, that's on them. And that's something that I've realized. I think the turning point for me in this moment was my friend Juliana. We had plans and she had texted me and said, hey, I need time to myself tonight. I can't wait to hang out with you next time. And I remember thinking, I respected her so much when she said that she wasn't just someone who said yes all the time, but she created boundaries and she really was intentional with self-care. And for me, that taught me a lesson. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to learn how to live like that. And I loved her for that. I was so grateful. I had stumbled upon this graphic replacing I'm sorry with thank you. So instead of saying, I'm sorry I'm late, you could say, thank you for waiting on me. Instead of saying, I'm sorry I've been so needy lately, thank you for being there for me. Instead of saying, I'm sorry to ask you for another favor, you can say, thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry I made a mistake, to thank you for pointing out my mistake to help me grow because you love me. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, but I can't make it tonight, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate the offer and I can't wait to hang out another time. I'm sorry for being emotional. I see women and hear women say this all the time. I'm sorry I'm crying. I'm sorry I'm emotional. To Thank you for loving me in a hard, difficult time. Because I think we apologize because we don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry that we've been distant. Thank you for being understanding. Because I just think our words have so much power, and we just want people to feel our pain. We want people to feel our disappointment, and we don't want to feel alone in that. But at the same time, I think it can be damaging on how we talk to people and how we let people talk to us. So if there's any piece of advice that I could give you, friend, it's you do you. Make sure that you're being aware of how you're communicating to other people. That if you're making a decision for yourself and your self-care, and you are just saying yes to say yes because you feel bad, like think about that. Where maybe you can work on being more intentional with not apologizing for just needing space or just needing time, or even giving your time to people who don't deserve your time. And that is the lesson that I just shared in the very beginning. Are these people, their intentions weren't to be friendly, and their intentions were money motivated, and I could see right through that, and I didn't feel comfortable because I value vulnerability, I value trust, and I couldn't trust them. And so I don't want to spend my Sunday night with them. Not because if I were to see them, like, hey, how's it going? There's no animosity. I'm not mad at them. I'm not going to give them my time. My time is literally the most precious resource we have. And so I want you just to think about how you're living your life and how you're using your time, and who is in your life with the time that you have. All right, let me know how this spoke to you. I appreciate you listening. And life is just a series of lessons. We're never going to get it right. We're never going to have it all together. But just that reminder of, wait, I can create boundaries. Wait a second. I don't want to always apologize for being late or canceling and, whatever, because people have a way of trying to make us feel bad. And sister, can we just take that stress off of you and know that relationships aren't meant to be like that all the time? So let me know how this spoke to you. Please share this episode. Thanks for tuning in.